Shalom, 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 peace and blessings, family. How's everybody doing? We getting ready to start the show. I hope you all are doing blessed. I hope you guys are blessed by the bless. And his name is Lawya. Peace and blessings to all the people who's coming in right now. Continue to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Hit the bell for notifications. And we're going to get the show started. Let everybody know that we're on right now. We're streaming live. I hope you guys are ready for tonight's show, man. But to start the show, I'm gonna start the show with this song. This song is called "Type Time I'm On." Yes, "Type Time I'm On" or "Time I'm On." Excuse me, by G.O.C.C featuring Hebrew Fresh.
Yeah, and it's that let's be honest. And I'm just vibing on a different frequency right now.
This is the Born of Levi experience on G.O.C.C. Media.
Yeah. When I do something wrong, I'ma admit it. Let's not overjudge, mind your business. Focusing on my walk, trying to get it. Let me show y'all what type time I'm on. Christ coming back and you know it, yeah. When they hear this, they gon' think that I wrote it, yeah. All these melodies, you ain't know I'm a poet. It's a celebration, get some wine, let's pour it. Remove myself from the world, I'm glowing. I was gone for a minute, now I'm back and they know it. All that talk, but the works ain't adding up. Israel on the rise and you know that they mad at us. I trust in the Most High, I remember I was nothing. Keep the commandments, you gon' start seeing blessings. Took all my L's and I turned them into lessons. Practice what you preach, understand the message. Let me tell y'all what type time I'm on. Living righteous, righting all my wrongs. Keeping it real in all of my songs. That's how you know what type time I'm on, yeah. When I do something wrong, I'ma admit it. Let's not overjudge, mind your business. Focusing on my walk, trying to get it. Let me show y'all what type time I'm on. Christ coming back and you know it, yeah. When they hear this, they gon' think that I wrote it, yeah. When they hear this, they gon' think that I wrote it, yeah. When they hear this, they gon' think that I wrote it, yeah. Let me show y'all what type time I'm on.
Me and Sleep call on a higher time, that's on. Yeshua's name, that's a Messiah kind. I'm on one God, so it's one body, he on the throne. Kingdom over everything, time and all in the zone. Put down all of that sinning. Yeah, the law still stands, wait a minute. That knowledge puffeth up, need the fruits of the spirit. If it wasn't for his sacrifice, we wouldn't have been it. I probably would have been up on the road, chasing digits, running up the spots, playing camel through the eye of needles, boy, and hell is hot. Repent this type of time, on the clock, we out.
When I do something wrong, I'ma admit it. Let's not overjudge, mind your business. Focusing on my walk, trying to get it. Let me show y'all what type time I'm on. Christ coming back and you know it, yeah. When they hear this, they gon' think that I wrote it, yeah. When they hear this, they gon' think that I wrote it, yeah. When they hear this, they gon' think that I wrote it, yeah.
Yes. That was Time I'm On by G.O.C.C featuring Hebrew Fresh. Make some noise for that. Make some noise for that. Definitely make some noise for that. Clap it up. But definitely, I thank you guys for coming in. Another Thursday. We getting right to it. So once again, shalom, peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. To all my new viewers, welcome. And before I start the show, man, shout out to the girl at at Sunset Bagel. I'm so bad with her. I'm so bad with names. I didn't get her name, but she makes my iced coffee all the time, and this joint is hitting the spot right now. So shout out to you. And I gave her the title of this broadcast. Hopefully she's watching. So shout out to you. But like we do it every week, brothers and sisters. If I'm coming in loud, nice and clear, I need y'all to put some qualms in the chat. I need to hear or to see them qualms in the chat. If I'm coming in nice and clear, please do so for me. And continue to hit the like button. You guys are doing a great job on hitting the like button. Please share this stream with everybody. Y'all see the title of tonight's topic is I Am Young and Serving God. I am young and serving God. So last week we had a show. Thank you for putting them qualms in the chat. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, we coming in nice and clear. So last week we spoke about I'm too young to serve God, right? Speaking about how a lot of the younger generations don't feel that they need to serve God because it's not the right thing, or it's not the in thing to do, right? A lot of people feel like, or the younger generation feel like they can't fit in with the world and serve God at the same time. But in all actuality, you're not supposed to fit in with the world. I mean, this is just, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to fit in with the world. You're supposed to be the light for the world because the world is full of darkness. But now we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to change it to, well, not really changing it, but I just want to show both sides of the story. We're gonna talk to, but what I'm gonna do moving forward, I got so much thoughts coming in, but what I want to do moving forward is I want to bring in the younger people that is part of this ministry to show the world that there is young people doing it. There is young people that have a space with this church, right? So it's just not older people. There's nothing wrong with the older people, but we want to show the world and show the younger viewers that, yo, there's younger people that is in the truth, and that is able to have an identity in this truth and also operate within the world, but not lose themselves in this world. So y'all see the title, I Am Young and Serving God, right? I got my guest coming in. He's coming in real shortly. Brother Malak Boston, or Casey Boston, from the G.O.C.C NYC body. And I'm going to talk to him because he is a young man and he's been following the Most High for as long as I can remember. You know what I'm saying? From young teenage years, and now is a full-grown aged man, young man, right? And still serving the Most High. So I definitely want to share, shed light on the young people who stayed consistent in this truth, and show the younger generation that's coming up that you can do it. It can be done. You just gotta turn off all the distractions, not listen to your friends that's in the world that's trying to get you to sin, and continue to follow the Most High. And I'm gonna and we'll show you how the Most High will blossom you. I'm telling you, it's only the Most High. He's not gonna be mocked, right? A blessing will come to those who choose to serve Him. So we're gonna talk about that. But I pray that you all are doing great. I pray that you all are having a great time. I hope you guys are being blessed. Hope your week is going good thus far. Last week we celebrated the Feast of First Fruits, and it was such an amazing feast. Man, listen, from everything, from the choir, from the lesson, from the people that was there, the performances after. Oh my goodness, it was such a blessing to be amongst the saints and bring in the Feast of First Fruits with the family. So praise the Most High for that. And also, we also had, oh listen, hold on, let me turn the beat off for this. We also had an amazing baptism. An amazing baptism the next day, on Sunday, to bring in the Feast of First Fruits. We had 22 souls go into the water and give their lives to the Most High. Brothers and sisters, 22 souls give their life to the Most High. That is such a blessing, presenting them on the Feast of First Fruits to the Most High as first fruits. Man, it doesn't get any better than that. And like I said, no one can't tell me that this is not the truth. No one can't tell me this is not the truth. Because, like I said, I was born and raised in the Christian church. Born and raised, brothers and sisters. And I've never seen so much people come to Christ, come to the Most High. The work just keeps expanding because the truth is the truth, and people is going to hear the truth. That's one thing about the truth. The truth cannot be hid. If it's the truth, people's going to understand and identify that this is the truth. If it's a lie, it's going to turn to nothing. But like I said, I've never seen so much brothers and sisters from my time being in this walk, about 10 years now, I've never seen so much people come to Christ and go into that water and get baptized. So shouts out to all of the brothers and sisters who made that decision this past weekend to go and give their life to Christ and be baptized. And, you know, if you're watching this stream, Shalom, bless you, and stay tuned. You know, like I always tell brothers and sisters, you want to stay the course. You want to stay the course. That the baptism is not a quick fix, right? You got to continue to apply this walk every single day, right? Every single day you want to continue to apply this, apply the words that you're learning, these lessons that you're getting from the elders and from your local congregations, and you want to apply them to your life every day. And that's how you're going to stay consistent. That's how you're going to remain, right? All of the chitter chatter from the left and from the right, from people who's disgruntled or people who's coming up with these new strange doctrines, ignore them, because if it wasn't for this truth, they would not know anything about the Most High. So do yourself a favor and continue to follow where Christ led you. I just want to put that out there. Stay where Christ led you. And if he didn't lead you to these people that's bringing this new strange information, ignore them. Write them off as crazy. Or matter of fact, go to leadership and say, yeah, this brother right here is telling me some strange things. Is this true? Is this correct? Or this sister right here is saying something that we don't teach. Is this correct? And I guarantee you, you'll remain. Right? You'll remain. I guarantee you. But we're going to move right along. I'm so excited about this topic for today. But before we do that, I got to do some shout outs, right? This episode is brought to you by the Hebrew and Bible Academy, right? The Hebrew and Bible Academy, right? It started March 12th, right? It starts every day, every Sunday at 9 a.m., right? If you want to enroll, you can still do so. Go to historytimes.org. If you want to learn about how the earth was created, what was happening before the flood, what was happening after the flood, key Hebrew doctrine and learning the Hebrew language, you want to enroll in the Hebrew and Bible Academy, right? Also, the 2023 G.O.C.C. Hebrew calendar, right? If you didn't get yours, get the correct dates, the correct calendar. It's right here. Visit gatheringofchrist.org, and you can order your calendar from this website, right? And some of the proceeds will be going to our dearly beloved Bishop Dwayne, who has passed on and is with our fathers now to support his family, right? Also, this episode is brought to you by yours truly, the Born Collection, right? The Born Collection.art, right? If you want to rep your tribe, rep your culture, here's the one-stop shop to do so. You got your hoodies, you got your tees. Go ahead and rep your tribe, and this is what supports this channel, and this is what supports this work. Go ahead and visit theborncollection.art. I also want to shout out. Listen, I can't continue this show without shouting out, right? I got to shout out Deacon Malak. No stress, stay blessed, get your mind right. Yes, sir. I mean, the graphics is on point. The texture, the feel. Oh, man. Deacon Malak would get your mind right. Right? Stay stressed. So what is it? No stress, stay blessed. Deacon Malak from Houston, man. Shouts out to him, right? 1 second. Making sure. All right. Making sure everything is good on the stream. All right. Everybody seems like everything is good. I'm getting a weird message pop up, but, we're going to push through nonetheless, right? I pray everybody, like I said, I hope everybody's doing good. That's my prayer for everybody, but I want to get right into the show, right? As I wait for my guest to come on, he should be on any second now. Let me check my phone. Okay, he should be on by 8:30, he said. So, and like I said, this guest that I'm going to have on, he's definitely going to speak about his experience of being young and serving God. Because the world, leave it up to the world, like I said. the world will have it as if it can't be done. But we're living proof that it is being done. We have hundreds of thousands of young people throughout the four corners of the earth that is serving the Most High in spirit and in truth, and the right way too, the right God as well, I should say. And we also have young children in our church being raised from infants, coming out of the womb, only knowing the true name of the Most High. Isn't that a blessing? Like, for instance, my children, my two boys, they don't know anything else. They don't know nothing about no Jesus. Okay? They only know Yeshua and they only know Ahia. That's all they know. They don't know the feast days of this world. And if they do know it, they know it's not right. Because all I've given them was the feast days found in Leviticus chapter 23. So, is it possible to follow the Most High being young? Yes, it is. It's very possible. The only one that can make it possible is the Most High himself. He promised that he would allow our children to follow him without wavering. Once we, as the parents, come back to him and follow him as it is written. So what I want to do, I'm going to use these opportunities to shed light on the younger people, because like I said, the younger people within the congregation, within the church, don't really have a voice. You know what I'm saying? There's no outlet for them. There's no platform where they can feel comfortable and speak and talk. And if we don't correct that, or if we don't focus on that area, because it's a little gray area right there. You know, a lot of us feel like just because we're coming to church and we have our children, walking with us, every Shabbat to service, right? That they're doing good, right? They're learning, but are they really learning? And believe it or not, a lot of them could end up being lost or finding themselves out of the loop from what we're teaching and what we're learning, because is for us, as the older generation, some of us that's the older generation, we understand what we're learning. It makes sense to us. It clicks to us because we were able to, a lot of us was able to go through the schooling, the education of this world, and see the difference, the pros and the cons between what the world has to offer and what the church has to offer. So we were able to make a conscious decision to be like, you know what, this makes more sense than what the world is giving me. So we were able to, it's a no-brainer. I'm following this word. But for the younger generation who don't know life yet, it could feel to them that they're being forced into this, or that they're just following because their parents is following. So we have to make sure that our children are learning their history, and they're learning that it's okay to take hold of your identity and not feel lost in this world. That's exactly what we have to do, right? Right. So that is my fear, that as we continue to go on, we could lose the generation behind us. But I believe, and I know for sure that the Most High is not going to allow that to happen. Right. I believe that if we continue to make the efforts to put out the information and to make sure that our children is engaged, they will take hold to this, because like the scriptures do not lie. The scriptures tells us that train up a child in the way that they should go, and they shall never depart from it. I'm living proof of that, right? My children is going to be living proof of that, and Most High willing, their children after them, and that's how we continue, because we gotta learn that we gotta break generational curses, family. We have to break generational curses, and last week I painted out how they're targeting our children from the womb. They're targeting our children from adolescence. They have so much different programs on YouTube. YouTube is now the newest television. People don't really watch TV like that unless they're watching a game or they're watching some type of show, right? Some type of series. But people are getting their news and their entertainment from YouTube. That's just what it is. And they're creating these platforms or they're giving these influential young people platforms to engage the younger generation, because they understand that as parents, a lot of us don't have the time to really sit down and entertain our children. I mean, when I was coming up, my parents didn't have no time to entertain me. I had to find entertainment through other means, video games, playing outside, friends, right? So we have to find a way to make it where even though our children will be engaging with these sources that's outside of us, we have to instill so much of us in them so that way they don't depart. And it starts by creating platforms like this where young people in the truth could come and talk and give the younger generation hope, to let them know like this is not just this, right? Is that's not just coming to Shabbat or coming to service on Saturday and just sitting there and listen to some guy speak. It's more to that. It's building you. It's showing you how to become men and women, not just in society, but of the Most High, and how to give you the upper hand to create a family, because this society is about destroying family. Without the nuclear family, there's nothing basically. What do you have to hold on to? What are you bringing forth? Right? So we got to show our children the value of keeping integrity as far as following the Most High and doing things in order so the Most High can bless the work of your hands. Right? That was a mouthful, right? It really was a mouthful. But bless you all for coming in. But listen, what I'm gonna do to get things going, while I give my guests some time to get ready, I'm gonna jump right into it. I'm just gonna jump right into this. Y'all know what that means. This week on Finding the Stupor, will we find it? Can we identify what the stupor is? I think we're getting there, brothers and sisters. I think we're finding out what the stupor is. It's like it never ends, brothers and sisters. It's like it never, ever ends. So this week on Finding the Stupor, it's kind of upsetting, but we have to talk about it. And I want to let me shout out brother Rawchaa, right? I'm gonna shout out my brother Rawchaa on Instagram, right? For this particular stupor. 1 second. Hang tight. Right? Hold on. I can't play it just now. Just mute your camera real quick, bro. I'm gonna have you come in just now. But I'm doing the stupor of the week. I gotta show the brothers and sisters the stupor of the week. Right? 1 second. I gotta show y'all. How do I get this out? I'll put it down here for now. I want to get right into this. So, the title of this is Drag Queen Pastor Leads Story Time in a Church for Pride Month. So everything about that title is crazy. having a drag queen pastor. And this is why you see, and this is why it's so important to have our children understand what we understand, to raise them up in a way where they don't fall victim to this. And I'm going to be watching this with y'all for the first time. So I got to get right into it because I have my guests waiting, but let's take a look at this.
Happy Pride. Happy Pentecost. Welcome to
Like, my skin is itching just listening to what she's saying. Happy Pride and happy Pentecost.
Silver Spire United Church. And I'm going to invite our chair of the Affirm team and our royalty this morning. We welcome King Cayman and Queen Katina to also come
King
up.
Cayman and Queen Katina. What?
We light the candles.
1 second.
Come on up.
On David's side.
Where am I going?
All right. You can face the crowd. There we go. David, do you have some words of welcome?
All I want to say is happy Pride, and thank you for those that came yesterday to the tent. We had a fabulous time, and it was great to be able to do it after 3 years since the last.
And this is the madness that's able to happen in the church because there's really no truth being spoken in the earth. This is the reason why these people could come and create a church like this. Like, like you would have never seen anything like this in the early 90s, 80s, 70s. But it was bound to happen because the churches stopped preaching the truth long time ago. It's about prosperity. Okay?
Last time. And welcome this morning, and I hope that you feel welcome just as much as I do here this morning, being just who you are, because God made you the way you are. And so we want to honor each.
What does that even mean? God made you who you are and what you are. We understand that we was all born into sin, but did Christ die for us to remain in sin?
One of you. You are all, as you saw out there, it said, Happy Pride, all are valid. You are valid. You are loved because God created you the way you are. And that's perfect.
He didn't create you to be a sinner.
We are celebrating both Pentecost, which is the birthday of the church, and Pride on the same Sunday. And for me, there could be nothing that makes this preacher happier.
So, okay, woman pastor, okay, rainbow flag around her neck, what is this? A drag queen over here on her right, This a confused soul right here. Everybody in the whole picture confused. Confused. That makes sense? And look at the people in the background. Just take a look at all of the people in the background. Clearly a lack of oxygen, where they can't really comprehend what's really happening.
I'm going to invite all of you to join in our call to worship. And this is going to be read by myself and David and
King
Cayman.
Matter of fact, let's read their call to worship. Call to worship, gentle spirit of God, breath of life which touches face with love. You are with us and within us. You are. I don't even want to recite this. Maybe it's a chant. Maybe it's some type of incantation. That's why everybody is just so happy in there and just out of their mind.
If you want to come a little further forward so everybody can see you, that would be great. Gentle spirit of God, breath of life which touches face with love. And
they say we're a cult. Everything about what she's doing right now screams cult. Listen to the way she's saying it. Gentle spirit of God. That normal people don't talk like that.
You are with us and within us.
Okay, this is creepy.
You are the melody of joy in all creation, poured out in notes of hopes and healing all around us.
You are with us and within us.
Okay, scary movie. Okay, This is crazy. I can't watch the rest of it. What was that? Huh? Romans 1:18. For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. There's no Bible that they're going to be able to find to justify what they're doing right now. Because that which may be known of God is manifest in them, for God hath showed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. They are without excuse. They know it's only man and woman. They're without excuse because, hello, without a man and woman, you wouldn't be here. Because that they knew God, they glorified him not as God. They're calling him, "O gentle spirit, come with and be within us." Who is that? Like, come on. And this is why I say that the scriptures cannot lie. The scriptures do not lie. It identifies the foolishness right off the back. It says, neither were they thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish hearts were darkened. This is foolishness. Like, I'm not walking around in public looking like this. Like, what? Professing themselves to be wise, they become fools because they're creating this. They just created this out of thin air. And change the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible men. That's exactly what they're doing. And to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness, through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. That's exactly what we're seeing happening on the screen right now. Kicker right here, verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie? Somebody tell me. Can we read this in scripture? If we can't read it in scripture, then it's definitely a lie. Definitely. Who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. It's not my words. I think we found it, brothers and sisters. We're getting closer and closer to the end. Buckle your seatbelts, because we're getting closer and closer to the end. Thank you for stopping by and watching this week's episode of Finding the Stupor. Man, it's getting crazier and crazier as the days roll by. But we're going to identify it because the Most High said this is going to happen. And we're here. We're in a time where there is a lack of sensibility on the earth. It's we're seeing it, and it's like it's coming forward every day. It's like normal things that we like. He's like, yo, what is going on? Like, why are they doing this? Why are they talking like this? And the Most High said this is gonna happen, so we're witnessing it. You know, let the Most High be true and every man a liar. But without any further ado, right? We're gonna get to the meat of the program. Where's this guy? All right, he's here. All right. I'm gonna invite my brother, right? Let me prepare the screen real quick. Give me 1 second, brothers and sisters, as I prepare the screen. One second, as I prepare the screen. I should have my video. All right. Without any further ado, we're on with my brother Casey Boston from out of G.O.C.C. NYC. What's going on, young man?
What's going on? What's going on?
Yo, I'm actually hyped that I could say that to somebody. What's going on, brother? Talk to me, man. How was work?
Oh man, it was a long day at work today. Long day.
Nah, I definitely appreciate you for coming on, man, because yo, listen, I know you had a lot going on today, right? Right after work, you hop right on, man. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that.
Literally, I was doing like 60 on the highway. I wasn't quite.
I hope you was being safe with it.
I wasn't. I was driving normal.
Okay. Praise the Most High. Yeah. All praises. Yeah, man. So I got you on today, and you know, I told you about the topic already, talking about being young and serving God. So first and foremost, for the people that's watching, man, if you don't mind, how old are you, bro?
I'm 24 years old.
My man is 24 years old. Let me try to fix this. 1 second. He's 24 years old. So how old were you when you came into the truth?
So my brother first taught me the word, right? The truth, when I was 2012, I was 13 years old.
You was how old?
I was 13.
So from 13 years old up until now adulthood, you've been you've been in the truth.
Since then, that was the last time I've had any abominable foods. I stopped calling on Jesus around that time, started calling a higher, all of that since then.
Look at that.
Since I was 13 years old.
Since you was 13 years old. Now, you know, we got to clap it up for that, man. Look how amazing it is to see young people at such a young age making the choice to serve and follow the Most High, right? So
absolutely.
So talk about that experience. You 13. What grade is 13? Like what? 7th grade?
It's 9th grade. It's 9th. In fact, then it was 14. I just turned 14 in August, so I was 14 years old, 9th grade, freshman year of high school.
Freshman year? Is that young in high school? There was 14?
Yeah, it's 14.
Oh wow! All right. Well, so you freshman in high school. So your whole high school career, your college career, even until you get your master's, and now all in the truth. So yes, now let's talk about that, right? Because like I said, I want to show the younger people that it's okay to serve the Most High and being young. And you actually did it through your whole high school career. So let's talk about that. How was it for you being fresh into high school? And we all know how high school was, because I really wish I found the truth in high school, but I didn't. And I knew how crazy it was for me in high school. So I want to talk about how was it for you being in high school, learning the truth and understanding who you were.
Oh man. Well, where do I start? So there's a few key points I want to hit, and the first one, to talk about my experience learning the truth at 14, freshman year of high school, is it matures you pretty quickly, right? Because you start seeing things more differently. Learn the truth at 14, you're focused on a judgment, right? You feel watched all the time, and it's not by your parents, it's by the Most High.
So being young in the truth, you understand that.
Yes, I remember at 14, I've always felt like I was being watched by the Most High, and it kept me away from doing certain things, even though I definitely wanted to be down, right? There were certain things I wanted to do.
So let's talk about that. Like what? Give me an example, because I know there's a lot of young people that's watching too, and there's things that they probably could be dealing with that you could help them by hearing you saying how, hearing your testimony. That could help them understand that, I got to take this serious.
Yes. So I'm gonna give it right unfiltered. So I played a little about my history. I played football all throughout high school. I went to college to play football as well.
Wait,
I went away to school.
But you was the star football player, right?
I was the starting quarterback.
The starting quarterback. Yes. Look at that. It don't get no more tempting than that. Star quarterback. Tall, handsome, youthful. Y'all could imagine. Go ahead.
Yes. I was the starting quarterback in Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. So
shout out to Brooklyn.
Being the leader on the team, it's like there's certain things, right? So some of my teammates, they're going out. They're going out either on a party, you might want to go to a Sweet 16. I remember the Sweet 16 parties that I couldn't, I feel rebuked. Not only my spiritual walk wouldn't allow me, my mom physically wouldn't allow me, right? I didn't have that liberty. But then there's other things. I remember freshman year, everybody's either smoking. There was a lot of people that started to drink. And for me, it's like, dang, I wonder what it would be like.
So you did have thoughts of trying to test the waters. You did. You went through that.
Absolutely. The temptation is serious being a youth in the truth. It's not easy. Mm-hmm. It's not easy. But I remember around that time, a lot of my teachings, of course, I was watching Elder Rawchaa, right? And then also around that time, you was teaching as well. Mm-hmm. And it was very heavy on following the law. It was very heavy. And I think as a youth, that's what I was very sharp in. I was sharp in two things. It was what not to do and where I would go if I do it.
Right.
It was very simple. Like, talk about the milk of learning it. And those things, I think understanding the law and things I couldn't do, it refrained me from wanting to go smoke with my friends. So
there was not one point in time where you were like, let me test the waters. You just had that fear for the Most High.
I'm telling you, it's different when you're 14. You feel a type of grievance if you want to go do it, because the thought pricks you, but it's like you can't go do it because the Most High is watching you.
Okay, so let me ask you. So, what did you? You used that, but what else did you use to help you cope with? Okay, I'm a star football player. I'm in high school. I'm young. All of my friends is doing God knows what under the sun, but I can't partake. What else? What other avenues did you have to keep you grounded?
I would say what other avenues I use. I kept myself busy.
Okay.
Right? One of the things I have to I'm putting myself back into that mindset when I was a youth, and the way I kept myself busy, I reflected. Right? I had to ask myself, do I really want to be a follower or do I want to be a leader? And at such a young age, I was very serious with my goals. I was very serious with my goals. I was a starting quarterback. I had to lead. I had to go to college to go play football. These are some of my goals. So I really stayed true to my goals, and that's what I used to keep myself busy.
So you had goals.
I had goals, yes, at 14. Okay. I was very focused on my future at 14 years old.
What would you say actually helped impact or influence those goals?
I think there was an expectation for me.
Okay.
Growing up in my household, there is an expectation. And I think the greatest thing, as speaking to young men and as a son, the greatest gift I could have given to my mother, because my mom struggled a lot. The greatest gift I could have given to my mother was to just make her proud.
So matter of fact, let's talk about that. Let's talk about your mom. Let's talk about Mama Love, Sister Sonia. So I understand it. The truth really set you on your course, but I'm pretty sure there was something that was instilled in you from her that kept you in that right path. You want to talk about that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think I talk about it quite often. I say with my mom was pretty, I would say my mom, she always showed how much she provided for us. So my mom worked a lot. My mom worked a lot. My mom didn't always make the most money, but my mom always made sure we had clean clothes. She always made sure we ate. So it made me think I cannot be a failure as a son because my mom made all of that sacrifice for nothing then.
So you had that in the back of your mind.
Right. And I think what she showed me is a great level of being disciplined and obedient when you're in a position. She's in a motherhood position. She's a mother. Right. My mom, I grew up watching my mom never make excuses. And she could have made a lot. She sure could have made a lot. And she has never made excuses. She only did what was required of her to do. And her task was large. People who know, I have 6 other siblings. So her task was pretty large.
Right. And you see, brothers and sisters, that goes to show how important it is to always set a great example for your children. Because believe it or not, you may think they're not watching, but they're watching and they retain a lot. That's why certain things I can't do or say in front of my children because I know they're going to remember when they get older. Yo, my dad used to do that. So it's nothing. You see that? And speaking about making sure y'all well fed, shout out to Sister Sonia, man. She is the head chef in G.O.C.C. NYC. I mean, praise the Most High for her love of cooking, and it shows, and it's well appreciated, and the Most High is blessing the work of her hands, literally. Okay, but yeah, so
I wanted to add real quick because of what I've watched in her, and I saw it naturally instilled in me. I think this was not taught by words, but taught by watching. I don't recall my mom physically telling me, but me watching her never make an excuse, it didn't give me a reason to make an excuse. And that's one thing as a therapist, when I work with kids, I see children have a lot of excuses these days.
Oh, and we're gonna talk about that. I'm
gonna say,
you a therapist. But I want to transition into how, in steps. So we starting from adolescence.
I'll leave that.
Yeah, we started from your high school career. So you went your whole high school career following the Most High and doing your best as a youth to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's correct?
Yes, I want to throw, before we go, right, because it's long. It's 4 years in high school, and mind you, freshman, you ain't that popular.
Right.
As you get older, your popularity grows as the quarterback.
I know, yeah. So
you go from JV to the varsity quarterback now. So you are the man.
You got to talk about that. You got to talk about, and you got to be, if you can, open and honest about, the temptations that was there, the different opportunities that was there that you may have passed up on. Because this is all the things that the younger generation are facing right now, and being a part of the truth, they probably feel like they can't talk to nobody about it. They're internalizing it, and then that's causing them to go off, right? So we got to make it comfortable where the younger generation could come and talk to us, even if they don't come and talk to the elder elders. They could talk to somebody that looks, younger, young just like them. They may view you as their peers, but you're older than them, but they may feel comfortable to come and talk to you about certain things, right? So let's talk about these things, man.
As I progress in high school, the walk got way harder. Like junior year, late sophomore year, junior year, and especially it got way more difficult because now I tell you what, one thing that when you're young, your mind says this. You're missing out on a lot.
Yeah.
And you tell yourself, you literally, if you are young in the truth, I guarantee every young person experiences the same thought. You look at the older people and you say, y'all all live y'all life. And the Most High forgave you. Why can't I do what y'all did and repent later?
Let's talk about that.
I guarantee you, anybody who's in this truth that is 18 and under right now had or has that thought right now. Because the people in position, you all look, to the man's eyes and the youth, you guys all look like you're doing righteousness.
Right.
But you all did all of that sin and fun things the Most High forgave you. I remember thinking that at junior year, senior year. I literally convinced myself. That's when it got rough, because I convinced myself that, you know what? I can just do what y'all did. Y'all lived y'all life. The Most High forgave y'all. Then I'll live my life, repent, and the Most High will forgive me.
So how did that work out for you? Let's talk about that.
Right. So now we're talking about middle to the end of my high school career. I would say that is when I had a girlfriend. That was when I picked up a girlfriend around late sophomore year, somewhere around there. I would say that's when I even stopped trying to put on the truth. Like, I stopped talking about it. Freshman year, I was slicing and dicing everything, right? That's pagan, anybody, Sunday service, bringing the sword. Sophomore year, junior, I stopped talking about the truth.
And is it because of the fact that you've got a girlfriend at that age?
It just
everything.
As you said last week, it just wasn't cool. It just didn't feel cool.
Because of the social influence of everything that's going on around you, right?
And I was by myself. That's why. I was everything around, and I was by myself. That was the devil's playground, having a child by himself. So you don't have, as a child, you don't have enough mental fortitude to defeat the devil.
Right. As a child, right. And especially if you are in a situation where everyone around you is just doing the wrong thing. Right?
Yes.
So junior year into senior year, this is when things started getting tough, right?
Yeah.
For you in the truth. So how did you overcome that?
I would say what I started to do, one thing that always stayed, there was, at that time, right, there were certain things that never left me. Junior year, senior year, certain things that never left me. And one of those things, I always felt watched. That has always been with me. So even though I stopped talking about it, my language changed, it's more foul language, all of that. I still didn't do certain things because I said, that's too far.
Right. Too far gone.
It's too far gone. And I knew this is the truth. So I'm like, dang, I can do this, but I can't do that. I started reasoning within myself. Like, as a child, you want to reason. You don't know who to reason with because you just feel like nobody will understand you, right? Everybody too old. So you just reason within yourself.
And you see, that's my fear with the younger generation, because they're not seeking wise counsel, right? And I feel like as the older generation, we're not giving them that an avenue to be able to sit down and be like, you know what? I need to talk to somebody about this. And you see, you're living proof of that. I was living proof of that too, even though I wasn't in the truth, but I still had a level of fear for God. But then I didn't have no one to talk to concerning the decisions I was making, the feelings I was feeling in my flesh. I felt like convicted. I couldn't talk to them. So I had to like you said, reason within myself. Right. So
that's what I did. So I literally was like, certain things I won't do. I won't open up my temple to marijuana. I won't get drunk. I can't open my temple to that. I know spirits will come in and I don't know what can happen after that. Right. So I said that. There was other things I said, I'll partake in that. Right. I had a girl. That was it. Stayed with, I was like, I can't cheat on her because that's too far. In my mind, that was adultery. So I was like, I can't do that. Right.
Okay.
So I was only with one girl.
Okay.
And that was it. And I think at that point as a child, right, I always mentioned I didn't have the liberty to go out on the weekends anyway. And then after that, I said Saturday, I just stayed and watched lessons on Saturday and slept in on Sunday. And I think that's how I lived the bulk of the middle to the end of my high school career.
Because, and then that's why it goes to show the importance of having some type of discipline at home. So that actually helped you. So we could say the discipline factor at home kind of helped shape your adolescence?
Most definitely.
Because what I'm noticing now with the younger generation, and especially the ones that know nothing about the truth, who probably don't even go to church, their parents didn't raise them growing to church, right? A lot of them are not being disciplined because their language is so filthy. The way they operate in public is just like, you wouldn't do that in front of your parents, so why are you doing that? So discipline goes a long way. So we could say discipline actually helped you as an adolescent, right? So
It did.
right. So now, moving away from high school, now you're feeling yourself. You know what I'm saying? You was a star quarterback. You go to college now. Did you give up football or did you continue playing football?
Great question. So now I was recruited to go to college. I was like, man, this is it for me.
You going to NFL?
I'm going to the league.
Right.
I'm going to the league. This is what I've been working for. This is my goals. I train hard for this. And as 18 years old, I'm like, man, I had no liberty for the last 17 years. I'm going away. It's lit. I finally get to have fun.
So you took the opportunity because you got recruited to go away for college.
Absolutely.
But you still in the truth.
Still in the truth.
Young man.
This is now
18. 17, 18, right?
Yeah, 18 at this point.
Right.
I remember on the day of camp, I actually just turned 18. I was able to sign the documents myself.
Oh, so now you a man. You feeling yourself. You a man now. Okay. All right. So you signed the documents yourself, right? And now you in summer, you in the camp now. You doing your football thing. Camp. Freshman year in college. Team. And one thing too, you in college now. College is another stomping ground that I'm gonna have another platform to talk about the pitfalls of college, right? So now let's talk about your experience in college.
College is a whole nother beast.
So how was that experience for you? Understanding
So,
you're a Hebrew Israelite, you're in the truth, you're following the Most High, but you're in college and you're playing football.
Right. The temptation is manifold now. Right. Everything is on campus. Everything's accessible, especially if you're a student athlete. I had access to everything and anything that I wanted at any time.
Wow. Okay. You see, I never went away for college, so I don't know what that's like. I don't know what it's like to be away from home in a dorm with other college. I don't know what that's like. So you have to talk about that experience.
We wouldn't have enough show to talk about what it's like to do as a student athlete. We wouldn't have enough.
But go ahead.
So I would say my freshman year, right, finally having the liberty, this is when I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out and I'm going to now go out, have fun with my teammates, go to parties now and try to have fun.
Okay, so you started partying, started going out. Okay, all right.
This is when, and check the cognitive dissonance. Check the total, like Matthew 23 hypocrisy.
Right.
I would wait because we played on Saturdays. So after the game, sometimes the sun might still be up. I would wait until it's completely dark.
Okay.
Sabbath is done.
Right.
Then I would go to the football house, of course, and then party with my teammates.
So you would actually wait until the sun go down, then go and do your foolishness.
Then go and do my foolishness.
Okay. I mean, at least you had some wherewithal to at least let the Sabbath pass.
Reasoning within yourself.
You're right. Still reasoning within yourself. So, okay, so you used to do that. Okay, go ahead. What else?
And when I mentioned, right, the temptation and just having all options, but then always still, I told you guys, one thing that I would encourage every youth and every parent, and if you have family, teach your children the understanding of what to do and what not to do. And if they don't do it, what comes? And teach it to where they will understand it and fully apply that to their life.
Right.
Teach it for them, not just teach it. Teach it to them.
Right.
Because that's one thing that kept me, that's what kept me on a leash.
Right.
Even though, remember I mentioned the cognitive distance. This is, I look back, I'm like, it's crazy. Even though I was still going out to the party, I wouldn't even do much.
You would just stand there.
I would just probably stand there and maybe dance for 1 or 2. And that's pretty much it.
Because like, was there something in you that was like, yo, what am I doing here right now? So that's
when you walk, in the truth, what it was like for me, when I walked into a sinful setting like a football house. You said a football house was a sinful setting. Like, what's a football house? What is that? A football house.
I never heard these terms before.
A football house is an off-campus house where only football players live in. It'll be about. It's a big house, probably about 9 teammates live in that one house.
Almost like a frat house, right? What they call frat houses and stuff like that, but they call this a football house.
Right.
Okay.
It's the football house because it's only a house of football players that live here. So we will go to the football house and we will have fun. Right? Well, not we. As you walk into the football house,
No, but go ahead.
As you walk into the football house, you literally feel the pressure of demons.
Oh wow!
I would never forget that.
So you walking in there and you feel like a dark prayer, like, yo, it's crazy. I'm in here right now.
It immediately comes on. You feel it.
Wow. Okay.
And I would say through that whole year of my freshman year, it was a trial. I had my fair share of experience of worldliness, but I wouldn't overdo it. I didn't go too far because I felt like there's a certain boundary you cannot cross with the Most High, or else this will happen. You cannot open your vessel to certain things. Drugs, getting drunk. I feel like I could not open my vessel to that. And what helped me cope around my freshman year was I still had a girl at the time, but I started to, as you get older, you get more mature in the truth. And I started to get unhappy with myself because I was a leader, right, amongst all of my teammates. So going back to my core values, I was a leader amongst all my teammates, but I'm like, oh man, this is very hypocritical.
Right.
This is very hypocritical, right? We don't like a fake person. Nobody likes a fake person.
Yeah.
But I'm like, technically, I'm being fake because nobody knows I'm a Hebrew Israelite here.
So no one knew.
Nobody. If I really start talking who I really am, I wonder, would you guys even accept me? That's when I started to realize this happened my freshman year. I'm like, whoa, you guys are not really my friends. Because if I really start talking about who I am, I don't think you would be my friend anymore.
So it basically goes to show, or is exposing that you actually did have to hide yourself to try to fit in.
You did, 100%.
And did you feel that pressure because it was just because everybody was doing it, or did you feel like you just wanted to do it? You just wanted to be cool? Like, what was it? Because you popular, you the starting quarterback. Like, you're the leader.
Here's what it feels like: the peer pressure, but I created that in my mind.
Oh,
like that wasn't real. It wasn't real. I created that. I created that type of pressure in my mind. I gotta hide myself so people can accept me. I'm like, that's not even real. And looking back, you understand that you did that. It was a mental choice. Yes, it was a choice, and I started to realize that as I'm going out every weekend, and it's the same cycle. You go out every.
No, go ahead.
You go out. We, as a team, we got lit, but I mentioned I never did. I never got drunk. But I'll say we, as a team, we pregame, we get lit, we go out, fight, go home. It was the same thing every single weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
And then I was like, yo, I'm not missing out on nothing. Everything that I thought that I could have gained in the world, it's pure, it's depressing.
Right. So
it's depressing.
Let me ask you, what advice you would give to somebody who's in college that feels that same pressure? Like, yo, I have to be that guy. I have to be that girl. Like,
here's what I would tell them, and this is gonna further the conversation to where I basically denounced all of it as the starting quarterback.
Okay.
put yourself amongst people that are your age or near your age that believe the same thing as you to help you win that battle.
Because you can't do it alone. That's what you're saying.
I don't think you can do it alone at all. If somebody does, all praises.
Right.
Person got a spirit on them. The Most High's really got them on. But by yourself on campus or in college, it's very difficult.
So basically, you're saying is you need a support system.
Absolutely.
But basically, you need other peers to help you further along in the truth.
Yes, 100%. Because what's gonna happen is, which is what happened to me, you start to realize, wow, I thought I was missing out on things. I didn't miss out on anything. I think the Most High, as a person, tells me I didn't go too far.
Right.
I always believe you can get turned into a reprobate mind.
Yeah. Of course.
If you go too far. And what will start to happen is you're going to separate yourself from amongst your worldly friends, and the Most High replaces them with righteous people.
So did
that way?
Yeah, go ahead.
That way, you're not alone.
Right. So did that begin to happen for you, though?
Yes, it did.
All right. So let's talk about that.
Yes, it did. This is the turnaround and everything, where what I always envisioned myself, it started to happen. About the next year, sophomore year, as I mentioned, at the tail end of freshman year, things started to change mentally for me. I was starting to rebuke myself, and I wrote it down. If you don't mind, I could share a few precepts that helped me stay on the praise the Most High. It was 1 Corinthians 11:28. This was my screensaver for that whole year. But let a man examine himself. It was just that piece. The rest goes, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. For a while, I just wrote on my wall. I had a picture. It was my screensaver, and I wrote on my board in my dorm. But let a man examine himself. And I took that precept and I shape-shifted it, examined it every single way. And I said, this is wrong.
So you had to make the conscious decision to be like, yo, I got to stop.
I got to stop. This is wrong.
So then how did you stop? Like, what did you do? I know you didn't stop playing football. So that means you still were around the same guys. What did you do?
The next year.
This is what are you talking about? Junior year, senior year?
Yeah, junior year. Right, sophomore year, we was all living in a suite. The next year, I told my four of my close friends on campus. It was four. My close friends, my teammates, my guys. I was like, yo, I'm getting a single next year.
We what?
A single. I was like, yo, I'm getting a single next year.
What's a single?
A single is a single dorm. You have no roommates.
By yourself.
That's what we call it, a single.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, yo, I'm getting a single next year. And we was like, where? I was like, yeah. I was like, nah, next year, I'm done with all of this stuff. Like, I'm done going out. I'm done partying. I'm done all of it. And they was like, oh, word? It was like, they respected it because actually it was my four closest friends. So they kind of didn't know. They knew about me. They knew what I was about. They knew I still watch lessons on Saturdays after the games and then sometimes go out. They knew all of that. Those were my four closest friends. So when I told them I'm done, they respected it. They was like, say less, no problem. I was like, all right, cool. Praise the Most High. The rest of the people that I was rolling with, right, being the quarterback of my team, I just never hung out with them ever again. I completely just cut them off. Like, we'll talk, we'll do work on the field.
Right.
Go hard. We'll do work, have them up in the weight room, the locker room, talking weight room. Anything outside of that, that's what it was. It was, nah, y'all know, I'm like, nah, I'm not on that. I'm not doing that. And what I was replacing it with, I was just talking to other younger people in the church.
And were they on campus with you?
Nah, they wasn't. This was other people at my brother's school, Brockport.
And shout out to your Shaw, right? Most High willing, I'm gonna have him on. I'll have him on next week and talk about his experience in college, and I also want to get a female's perspective too. So I'm gonna do it all too. We're gonna have the female's perspective because it's nice to have the male's perspective for the younger men, but our younger sisters need it as well too. Because I believe that they're more prone to peer pressure and influences, understand?
Absolutely.
Being emotional, whatever the case is. But what brought to mind when you said what you said, as far as separating yourself from your teammates who were not living righteous, this scripture came to mind, 2 Corinthians 6:14. It says, "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers." And this is why, it's very important to understand these scriptures. These scriptures is not just made up somewhere. It's really core principles to apply to life to keep you grounded. A lot of people don't really analyze the scriptures like that. These are, if you want to be a model citizen for the Most High, you have to read the scriptures. That's why it says, 2 Corinthians 6:14, "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers." What it means to be unequally yoked, when you ever look at it, an ox or animals that's plowing the field, they're yoked together, meaning one animal can't go this way and it can't go, and the other one go this way. They got to walk the same path. So if you're unequally yoked with an unbeliever, that unbeliever is going to pull you to where they going. Right? And it also says, "For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness?" It don't mix, because one is going to win. The unrighteous might win over the righteous, or the righteous might win over the unrighteous. So one is going to win if you're strong enough. It says, "And what communion have light with darkness?" So dark and light cannot mix. So praise the Most High that you was able to make that conscious decision, like, I can't be around these guys because these guys is pulling me to the darkness.
Yes, because the whole time through, as you heard the whole story, everything that I did up until I was 20 when I dropped everything, right? I just turned 20.
Right. You just turned 20. Okay.
I just turned 20. It was all a choice. I always knew what was right. I always knew what was right. So when it was at that time, I said, you know what? Let a man examine himself. Be truthful. You in the truth. So tell the truth about yourself. You're being lukewarm. Be lukewarm, you get spewed out. Something with the Most High. That's what it says.
Right.
Then, as I mentioned, I was by myself on campus. So, of course, right, I was very studious, devoted a lot of my time to my classes, devoted a lot of time to film study, weightlifting, everything that requires a student athlete to be, right? As a quarterback, you watch about at least 2.5 to 3 hours of film a day.
Right.
With your offensive coordinator. Then you work out, depends on in season or out of season. In season, you work out 2 to 3 times a week. Right, two times a weight training, one day's a specific stretch day, and then you play on Saturday. So my time was always filled, and within the gaps, I was just watching lessons. Within the gaps, I was reading scriptures. Within the gaps, talking to people from Brockport, my brother's school. That's how I just did it, and I understood, man, this is gonna be a major transition because I was having a lot of fun. It wasn't really fun. I guarantee you that it was not fun. It was fall reality. Not fun, because I'm in a party and I'm not even doing anything.
Right.
So, wasn't fun. I was trying to live a life, but I was like, man, I'm doing all of this, and I was like, it's gonna be a transition. There's gonna be a time. Get comfortable with being alone. So what I did, everything that I started to do, I found a preacher to match it. It gave me homework. Who was alone? Elijah was alone for 40 days. Moses was alone for 40 days. Yeshua was alone for 40 days. So then I'm like, there's actually power in being alone. So the same thing that was pricking me to make me do other things and hang out with my worldly friends, I flipped the whole script.
So
I flipped the whole script.
It was a mental thing.
was all mental. That's why I said in the beginning, I was making that up. It was an excuse. And around it, I'm not realizing it was an excuse. I made it up.
Right.
But when a man examines himself and you could break yourself down, all your faults, you honest, you're not breaking yourself down to be depressed.
Right.
You're breaking yourself down to correct yourself. And that's what I was
praises.
doing.
Right. So, praise
I
the
was
Most
20
High
years
for
old.
that. He was 20 years old, and this is what you said. This is senior year, or what was this? No, this is not senior.
This is the end of sophomore year.
End of sophomore year. So now let's. So how was the rest of your college experience after you made that decision?
It was pleasurable. It was pleasurable. It was wonderful. It was graceful. What started to happen was I was way more outwardly public about who I was.
Okay.
And sometimes when you want to set a stance to really see if you're as a you and you're out there, when you really want to break off that flesh, sometimes you go pretty far just to set the standard that this is what I'm on. And it helps. It really helps. It pushes worldly people away. That's how it helps. So certain times, it pushes worldly people away. So I started using the Most High as a defense.
Wow. Okay.
Absolutely, right? As it tells you in Psalms, 52, I think? I was using the Most High as a defense. So if somebody invited me to do certain things, I'd be like, nah, I just got baptized.
Right. Praise the Most High. Using
baptized.
that. So basically, it took a level of being bold.
That's a great way to, yes.
You had to take a stance, and you weren't ashamed. You see, and this is what it. And don't forget your point. And this is what it is. We gotta teach the younger generation not to be ashamed of this, man. Don't let the world convince you like what we're doing is not cool. They're not cool because what they're doing is gonna end them up in hellfire. You want to be in hellfire? I don't want that. That's not cool. You going into hellfire is not cool. Matter of fact, we should make that like how Elder always says it. Every time a new point come out, you want to make a shirt. We got to make that a shirt. Hellfire is not cool. But go ahead.
And after, right, the last 2.5 years, it was just, man, you should have saw it. I felt like more people just respected it. More people, they knew me as, he be on God timing. So now,
see that, and that's what I'm saying. So now you became a light rather than you dimming your light to be part of them.
Exactly.
Wow, look at that, man. Look at that, man. Let's clap that thing up, man. You actually started to use your light because Christ said it, man. Christ said, let your light so shine before men. We have to do it, and we got to teach our children that it's okay to let your light shine because you're not of this world. But go ahead.
And I started. I wanted to finish the last point, not the last point, but the point I kind of derailed from. I said you have to do a little bit of extra things. Like I never wore my fringes to class. I never wore my fringes to class.
Oh, so you started wearing your fringes to class?
I started wearing my fringes to class.
Oh, my man was
because
bold with it.
I literally, there was a point I needed to make, not only to myself, but to the Most High. Like, I'm standing on this ground. I'm not moving. And I'm like, man, if I can because that's a real outward thing, right? The fringes, that's very outward. You look different.
Right, of course.
What are those?
Yeah, yep. Or they're going to be like, they don't know us for wearing fringes. Having tassels, they don't know us. So that's already a spectacle when they see us wearing it.
It was one of the best things I could have ever done. I tell you what, being on the temple, like the pagan temple, like a college campus, right? Using that as a defense helps because, as I mentioned, the light just starts radiating on darkness. People want to ask me, "What is it?" I start talking about the truth.
So it was a talking point.
It was a talking point. Then it started to just grow. All my conversation started to be about the truth, which is what I always wanted to do.
Right.
I didn't want to have worldly conversations. I was faking those conversations or just trying to hold conversation.
Right.
I wanted to talk about the truth. So that's what it was like. Then I would just say like the last year, I went back to living with my teammates. There was 2 football houses my senior year. One of them was the house we lived in. I'll tell you my number. We lived in the house go by numbers. We lived in 21, 21 South. It was a football house because it was 6 of us. It was 8 of us that lived in there.
Wow. So it was
You know
packed.
what happened? You know, we had a meeting. Summer camp came for a football camp. Summer, like, yo, we trying to have parties in here. I laughed. I said, y'all know that ain't happening in this house.
So you put your foot down, right?
Yo, the power of the Most High. It was like, y'all respect it. Now we ain't gonna do that in here.
Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. They had to yield to your demands.
Yep.
Because we have that power. You see? And this is what I want the younger people to see. That you are the influence. You have the power.
Exactly.
You have it. Don't let the world convince you that you have to be a part of the world. No, the world want to be like you. Because they're lost. And look at this. Look at this example right here. You said no parties, and there was no parties.
It was not a single one.
Not a single one. Look at the power of the
They
Most High,
respect
y'all.
him.
Go ahead.
They respect it, and I'm like, and then after I would just play the lessons in the house. They would listen. They was listening on the speaker too. So everybody hearing Elder Rawchaa.
You blasting that thing.
Blasting it.
I'm pretty sure that left a couple of seeds in them.
It sure
They
did.
planted
We
some
started
seeds.
to run some Sabbath classes where I was just either playing a lesson and they would just come and watch and just listen. And I'm like, wow, look at this.
Wow.
For about a year and a half, I tried to be down. And I'm like, yo, the next 2.5, I was myself, and it was way more pleasurable. I saw the fruits of it. The seeds are still planted in my friends. I can tell you all of them are friends I live with know the truth.
Wow. Praise
All
the
of
Most
them.
High, man. Yo, praise the Most High for that. For real, man. That's a beautiful testimony, man.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, right? And then my brother came to the school. We ran a program, Who Were We Before Slaves. 80-something people came.
Oh, praise the Most High.
80-something people came to that program, and that was when we was just dropping about Deuteronomy 28. A sister converted off of that. She's now married in the church with 2 children.
Wow.
So
Praise
it just
the Most
started.
High. You see that?
It just started booming. It just started booming after that. And then I guess like that's how I spent my last 2 years, really just in grace of the Lord and just in actual truth. Where I myself, I talk scripture, I breathe, all I do is scripture, and that's what I want to do with people. That's it. And I
Right,
play
so-
football on Saturdays, and that's it.
So, okay, so now you graduated from college, right? And then now you graduate with your bachelor's, and then you go back to school, right?
Yeah.
You got your master's.
This was pandemic, so 2020 I stayed home.
Okay. So, but you got your master's though.
Yeah.
So you was able to and what is the master program, like 2 years or what? Another
It's
4 years?
2 years.
Another 2 years.
It's 2 years.
So, but you were still away,
I went away again. Yeah.
right? But this time you was more about your business now. This time because you have nothing to prove now.
Nothing to prove.
And nothing to prove.
Yeah.
So
It was-
now
it was-
you graduated with your master's, and now you're in your profession, right? What's your profession now?
I'm a mental health therapist.
You are a mental health therapist. Look at that, man. So now you actually mentor people, and what's the age range of the people that you actually mentor?
So
Or you counsel, I should say.
I have 2 counselor, right? My youngest client is 7, and my oldest is a 72-year-old woman.
Okay, so you said the youngest is how old? You said? I'm sorry.
He's 7.
7 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. So from 7 all the way to 72, that's a crazy gap. So all the ages in between that, basically. So
All the ages.
but even with your master's in psychology, Is it called mental health? I'm sorry.
I did my master's in social work. My undergrad, I did in clinical psychology.
Yeah, all these terminologies is I can't remember all of them. It's foreign to me, but within that, you started an organization. I want to talk about
Yes,
that as
I did.
well too. What is the name of your organization?
Excuse me. The name of my nonprofit is Break the Cycle Today.
So through that, you were able to create a non-for-profit organization called Break the Cycle Today.
Yes, it is.
So
Break the Cycle Today.
Let's talk about that. What is it? What is your target?
Oh man. So now Break the Cycle Today, if you hear my testimony, that's basically why I even started the organization. Break the Cycle Today is a foundation where we work on youth development. We teach youth, through the programs, we offer mentorships, tutoring services is in the works and is developing right now, parent supports, and community service. We do this, through all of our programs. At the core, all of our programs is built to teach our youth leadership skills, confidence, resilience, all at the core upholding biblical values. Everything.
Look at that. And but the thing is, what made you want to target the youth? Like what was it that you saw that you was like, you know what? They need an outlet. Like what was it?
Man, I pinned two. I do have about five pillars, but I'll pin two. The first one, me personally, I look at my testimony. One of the biggest things that helped me walk the walk of Christ and the Most High was my confidence. I had no problem being by myself after a while. I had no problem isolating myself and cutting people off because I was confident within myself and who I am. I work with the youth through Break the Cycle Today, and as a therapist, confidence is suffering in our children.
Can I you being a therapist, what would you say is the reason behind younger children now not having confidence? Like what would you say that is?
Oh man, I'm still pinning it myself. I'm still pinning it myself because children these days, I'm trying to figure out what is up with the confidence levels. They're so low. Some of my reading, some of my studies, and some of the personal experience, I can maybe attribute some of it to social media. That there's always something in their face,
right? That's telling them what to be or who to be, how to be.
Yeah, but then it's like there's a lot of pressure I'm seeing amongst and again within the social media, because I'll give a quick example. And about the 2000s and anything before 2000s, being a rapper, it wasn't that easy to just be a successful rapper. You couldn't just put music out there.
Right. That's true.
Now, with the advent of SoundCloud, and everybody's a YouTube star and can create a video, these things just get populated so quickly. And it's like everybody's trying to be in competition with one another. And if you're always in competition, it becomes a rat race. It's never enough.
Right.
You don't really get to sit down and reflect. So that's some of the things I attribute the lack of confidence to. But then that's why parent supports is a part of Break the Cycle Today. Because I'm like, confidence is also taught in the home.
Right. And that's a key thing you just said there. Confidence is taught in the home. But continue.
It is. It 100% is taught in the home. And I'm like, I don't think these kids, I know, these kids are not receiving that type of training at home.
So can we say that, wait, I heard something in the background. I don't know if that's coming from you.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Is everything good? Or you still hear echo?
No, it's good now. It's good now.
Okay.
All right. So, what I was gonna say is, you said these things are not being taught at home. So, is it fair for us to say that biblical values and understanding in understanding your culture, understanding your nation, does that has something to do with the level of confidence one would have as a youth?
Yes, absolutely. Understanding your values. I think that's the core to having confidence. I recently spoke upstate, and one of the questions I was asking people is, who are you? Who are you? If you do not, or if you're not familiar, or if you do not know who you are, your core values are not identified, I guarantee you have low confidence. And you'll be easily swayed by other people. Very easily. You have to have a strong set of values. And these values cannot waver. These values are taught, for me, before the truth, it was taught in my home. As I mentioned, discipline, lack of excuses. Like excuses was never acceptable in my home.
Right.
Never was. Discipline. When I converted at 14, then a certain level of accountability. And that's something that's foreign to children.
Right.
Holding yourself accountable, and that you have a responsibility to be a certain type of way. You cannot just be you cannot be free within your behavior. That's not afforded to you. And understanding who we are, right, as a people, we have to be, it's taught, and I always say, teach it to the person to accept it.
Right.
You don't have that liberty that you can be free in your behavior. That's not for you.
Right. And that's what I'm starting to realize, the lack of confidence that a lot of these younger people may have. It could be due to not knowing who they are culturally. Because if you don't understand your culture, if you don't have a sense of culture, and you don't have a sense or pride in your culture, your level of confidence to do certain things is easily be swayed. Because if you, one thing that I realized was just with having pride in your nation, having pride in your culture, it makes you feel that you have to operate a certain way to make sure that your culture or your nationality is not looked down upon. And I understand that. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why a lot of these children are not confident. They don't have the wherewithal to stand up against peer pressure, because there's no standard. There's no standard. You do what you want to do. There's no rules or regulations to live by. So, of course, I could smoke weed here. I could get drunk here. I could sleep with this person here, because I have no rules. But once you learn these rules and you understand that there's a God over you that's watching, like you've been saying, that's always watching, you have a level of confidence to be like, you know what? I'm going to do this the right way because someone is watching.
That's right.
Yeah. That's powerful stuff, man. And these are the things that we have to teach our children. These are the things that we have to teach the younger generation, because you're living proof that you could be young and serve God and do it the right way, right? So praise the Most High, you have your non-for-profit, you've graduated with your master's, all being young. And I believe that the Most High, because you were young and because you chose to do things the right way, the Most High blessed the work of your hands, didn't he?
It sure did. All praise.
He did. And not only did he bless that, he also has given you a spouse, a helpmeet. Let's talk about that, because this weekend we just celebrated your engagement party.
Yeah.
Right? So and once again, how old are you again?
24.
You're what?
I'm 24 years old.
You're 24, in the truth, in your career, and now you're walking into marriage.
Yes, sir.
And this and can you say that this would have been possible without the truth? Without serving God or serving the Most High? What say you?
Absolutely not. No.
Oh, man.
Not in a month to Sunday is that possible. I started an organization fresh out of grad school. I landed my career fresh out of grad school. I've already completed, for people, I just completed the mentorship program. We're running another cycle this upcoming June.
Wow.
Stay tuned. Right. I've been publicly speaking all year, traveling to publicly speak at certain colleges. And the Lord has blessed me with a rib. Well, my rib, not a rib.
Right.
My rib.
Yes.
After just being diligent and being consistent in his work. I literally I know that this was a gift from the Most High. Everything that I have gained and everything that I have lost are gifts from the Most High himself. And I glory in it and I appreciate all of it.
Look at that, man. Praise, look, clap it up for the Most High, man. Yo, listen, man. Listen. So you're living proof that you can be young and serve the Most High, because look at all of the benefits that come with it. If you choose to put the Most High first, starting from your youth, right? So, and the Most High has blessed you immensely. And, you know, and I know that your marriage is going to be blessed too as well. I can't wait for the wedding day. And, you know, I know it's going to be sometime next year. But look at what the Most High has put on your path as you chose to serve him and to just be a light for him, because that's what he needs us for. Because if there's no, and that's the question that the Most High asks in the scriptures, in this book of Psalms. Who will rise up for me against evil? The Most High is looking for this generation and the younger generation to rise up against the evil, because imagine you, as being so influential as you are, chose not to rise up for the Most High, and you just remained in darkness. You know how much darkness you would have brought into this world, brother? You understand? As influential you are, you're young, you're charismatic, you can speak well. You could have led a lot of people into darkness, but you chose to lead people into light. And that's what the Most High is looking for. That's what the Most High wants. And our younger generation, our children, our youth, they have to understand their power, because it's the youth that the Most High is looking to use. It's the youth. So our young men and women, younger men and younger women, they have to realize their power. They have to realize their potential, and they have to walk in it and use it, because that's what is going to change the world. Seeing a whole bunch of young people following the Most High the way it's supposed to be followed. Man, that's life-changing. That's world-changing. Oh man, like yeah, go ahead.
What you were saying, when I look back, I would say the biggest thing was that's repentance and then being obedient did for me. It was just obedient and very humble.
Yep.
I didn't look to glory or boast in anything because I knew, though I wasn't deserving of it for me. It wasn't really deserving of it. But look, when you stay consistent in the Most High, the Most High will reward you manifold.
Amen. Look, you are living proof of that. You are living proof of that. And there are hundreds of stories just like yours within this church.
Yes.
So, and we have to start to shed light on these examples, so our youth could see, like, it is possible. You don't have to follow the crowd. You don't have to follow your friends. Forget them. Well, not forget them, but you be the light. So that way they could follow you. You don't gotta follow them. And these are the things that the younger generation need to hear, because I wish I had these testimonies and these stories and these examples of people who did it before me in the truth and gave it to me when I was younger coming up. A lot of things that I had to learn was through trial and error. And I believe the Most High allowed me to go through these trials and errors so I could teach the younger generation, like yourself, your brother, and all of the other ones, all of the other younger ones who were under me. I was able to show them through my trial and error. So we all don't have to go through trial and error. That's the thing. Somebody already did it already. So you have to lean on those who did it already and ask them for guidance and help. But we have to make them feel comfortable, to come and ask these questions, man, and to know that, it can be done. It's possible, right?
This is it. And one of my favorite parts about it is this is literally for the young people who's in the same shoes as me. The kids that I was rolling with and we was all having fun, you'd be surprised. They're the same ones coming back to me asking about the Most High.
You see that? Because you set that example from jump.
Yeah. The same ones. Hitting me up, wanting to know because they looking to turn their life to God. They remember when Casey was the one that actually was talking the truth and showed the truth.
You see that?
It was them.
So we could say, and we could sum this up by saying, it's more fruitful to live in truth than to live a lie.
Yeah.
Because honestly, any young person right now in the truth that's trying to imitate the world, you're lying. You're living a lie. And when you come to Shabbat on Saturday and we recite the Ten Commandments, and when it says thou shalt not lie, you living a lie. Always remember that. Right? The person that your parent raised you to be, right? And you go outside and you don't operate as that person, you're a liar. And we have to make it where our young adults are young, the youth that's coming into adulthood, they feel comfortable in who they are. They don't have to dim their light to fit in. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. Who are these people that you're dimming your light for? Just think about it. Think about where their life is going to bring them into, where their life is going to go. That the actions of their lifestyle at that current time. Where is it going to lead them? And now we just gave you an example of where your life can lead you if you choose to follow the Most High.
Right.
As we can see, our brother Malak Boston, brother Boston, Casey Boston, he's a testimony of that. And he's been in the truth since 14. 14, right?
14.
14.
Yeah, 14 years old.
And he's 24. Turning 25. 11 years. And look what the Most High was able to do with him. Because he said, you know what? I'm going to be young and I'm going to serve the Most High. It doesn't get any better than that. So any last words, any final words of encouragement that you would like to leave with the younger people?
Absolutely. I would just share what stuck with me through the toughest times, going in that repentance, that trial period into repentance. It was in Matthew where Yeshua said, he that denied me before man, I'll deny before the Father. That really pricked me because I'm like, I'm hiding my light. I'm denying the truth before everybody else. I'm not proclaiming it. And I felt like I would have got denied. And then the last part where it goes, Sirach 9 and 11, envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end.
Read
Last
that again.
verse.
Read that again. One more time.
Sirach chapter 9, verse 11. Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. Verse 12. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in, but remember, they shall not go unpunished unto their grave.
Ooh, Look at that. I don't even think that needs any edification. If it needs a breakdown, it's as clear as day, right? Because like a lot of us would see people who we know is not living correctly, and it looks like their lives are perfect. Nothing could go wrong. They got all of the nice stuff, but what is that person's end gonna be? Where is their soul going to end up? What is the end of that type of lifestyle? That live fast, die young mentality. Where do they end up? Oh,
that was my closing words. Play, as you said, where do they end up? Young people, play the long game, not the short-term gratification. You win at the end.
Praise
not right now.
You win at the end. Listen, man. Win at the end, man. It's not about what you got right now. Better is the end of the matter than the beginning of it. That's all scripture too. And so now, just for the people who would like to reach out to you, to find you. I know you have your mentorship program. You have all these things going for you. How can they reach you? Like, what is your, I know you got your Instagram. How can people reach out to you?
Here's all the platforms you can reach out to me. Starting with Instagram, Break the Cycle Today _ Instagram personal account with hundreds of videos. Malak _Boston. Malak is spelled MALAK _Boston.
I hope my moderator's here. He putting that in the chat, but go ahead.
Last one, we're doing a whole new revamp of the website, but you're more than welcome to go check it out. It is being revamped as we speak. The website is breakthecycletoday.org. Those are all the platforms you can reach out to me. Yep, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, even all the platforms you can reach out to me, I will respond, and we're going to break the cycle, because everything that I'm teaching these children is everything that I felt like that's needed in our community to help be the future, the righteous men. As a lot of my programs are targeted right now towards young men, or there's other sections open towards men and women, girls and boys.
Praise the Most High.
We're breaking the cycle towards the future.
We're breaking the cycle towards the future. Man, give it up for my guest, man, Casey Boston, man. I appreciate you for coming on and shedding light on how is it for you being young in the truth and following the Most High, and what is the benefits of it. And we clearly could see the benefits, man. Listen, we could clearly see the benefits. And like I said, this is not going to be the last of this conversation. We're going to continue with these conversations, and there's more work that we're going to do. Like I told you yesterday, I'm not going to put it out there on what I'm looking to do with this type of conversation. We're gonna do it, and you will definitely see you again. And I want to definitely hear from all of the other younger brothers and sisters, not just in my congregation in NYC, but throughout the four corners. So I'm gonna have to do some digging, some searching, and find them and pull them on, so that way, we could get the different faces, right, and have this conversation go in the right direction, man. Oh man, praise the Most High, praise the Most High. I wonder if anybody has any questions for you. Let's see how we could do this.
All right.
Well, what I'm gonna do is, hold on real quick. I'm going to do this like this. But you stay on, all right?
Absolutely.
So you stay on real quick. I'll do this like this. All right. So I'm going to put the call-in number. If brothers and sisters would like to speak to Brother Casey, you can do so. If you have any questions, I'll open up the lines real quick. 646-439-6959. That is 646-439-6959. I'll take about questions for about 15 minutes. If you do have any questions, if you have, you want to say something to Brother Casey, right? Especially for the younger people. If there's any younger people that's watching, now's the time to call in. Take calls for about 15 minutes. Let's see. right? And excuse me, I pray that everybody's having a great time and everybody's enjoying the show. I want to thank you all again for coming in and enjoying this broadcast with us as we speak about being young and serving the Most High, right? This is a topic that we definitely need to harp on. We definitely need our children to understand the importance of serving the Most High and not wavering at such a young age, you know? So once again, the lines are open, 646-439-6959. Take calls for about 15 minutes. If not, then it's Godspeed. And, you know, it's a great show from there, all right? And there was something else that I wanted to bring up. Once again, it's 646-439-6959. Thank you, my moderator is here. I see you. Shout out DJ King Styles. I see you. But definitely, brothers and sisters, you know, stay tuned because we have a lot of new things coming down the pipeline. We have a lot of new things coming down. A lot of things that we're looking to do. Also, oh yeah, before I forget, I want to show you guys. I showed this last week, but I want to make sure to make it available to you all as well. Right? I'm going to have to share the screen with you guys. Right? If you guys haven't done so prior to this, I do have what's available to you all. I created a mind and soul meditation. A mind and soul meditation. So if you're ever wanting to reflect, to pray, to study, I've created a mix for you guys. So you guys could go check it out. My moderator is going to put the link in the chat, so you can go check it out. I'll preview it real quick. Right? So yes, you guys, I made this for you guys to enjoy. You know, it's a great way to start the Sabbath. Have this playing in the background. I made a 6-hour loop for you guys. And right now, it's not just on YouTube, but it's streaming on all major platforms. Just search Melodic Hazak, right? On all major platforms, and you'll be able to stream this throughout your homes. If you have a long car drive, play this in the background. It's very calming, very soothing, and I've been getting a lot of great feedback from this. I've been here. A lot of people have been telling me how great their sleep was. You know, shout out to Tasha, actually, Casey's oldest sister, who told me she watched she was actually playing the whole 6 hours as she was preparing the cake for his for his engagement party. So, you know, it came to good use. So, you know, I know that the link is now in the description. So if you want to enjoy this, go ahead and stream and just have it playing in the background. If you have kids that's out of control, you want to have that in the background and have them calm, right? So I will definitely be making more of these. I'm definitely gonna have more of these coming down the pipeline. I'm doing this because I understand that we need these spiritual. Music is very powerful. That's another thing. Music is very, very powerful. It does something to the soul. It does something to our being, right? And if there's one thing, the Most High is there's always constant music being played at the throne of the Most High. So music is very instrumental to our culture, our belief, and our faith. To keep us, spiritually sound, man. And I could keep going and keep talking about it, but definitely the different type of genres of music and the different frequencies that does something to your body. Listen, there's a whole science. Listen, I'm telling y'all, there's a whole science behind music and what it does to your body, what these different melodies and these different frequencies, what they do to your body. So, it's very important to have good sounding music, spiritual, uplifting music to put you in another place. So go check it out, right? And let me go back to the Zoom. Okay, well, it's looking like we have nobody that's calling in. Everybody is shy tonight. It looks like everybody's shy tonight, huh? But it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna have more conversations like this where I'm gonna actually want people to call in. I'm gonna make a show dedicated. I'll even make a show dedicated to just having younger people call in or people calling in general and just talk, because sometimes people just need a space just to talk, man. But yeah, it was definitely a great show and exactly how I wanted it to be. I appreciate you all for coming in. Yeah, man. It was such a great show, man. Like, it's like I have nothing else to say. I did the stupor of the week. We went through that. I don't know if you caught that. Casey, you caught it? Okay. Wait, I can't even hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
I said I caught the tail end. Oh my goodness, that was awful. That was a egregious sin, deplorable.
Yeah.
It was hellfire.
Yeah,
that's
definitely,
what that was.
Definitely was. But if you didn't catch the stupor of the week, after the stream is over, you could go into the beginning of this and catch it. But yeah, man, we did it all, right? But praise the Most High for another week, another broadcast. I am young and serving God. So I want to thank you all for coming in. Thank you, Casey, once again for coming in and sharing your testimony and sharing what you've experienced in the truth, being young in the truth, still a young man, but now now into adulthood, right? So, definitely appreciate you for coming in, Ak.
Thank you for having me.
All right. I'm sorry. Let me stop my video from over here. Where am I? Got to get my video to come back on. All right, here we go. So, once again, family, I thank you all for coming in, right? Y'all already know how we do it. I appreciate you guys for coming in.
You could be anywhere in the world, but you're now tuned into the Born of Levi experience.
Oh, okay, it looks like we do have a call. I'll take it real quick. Malak already got off. Hey, Shalom.
This is Sister Danita from DMV.
Sister Danita, Shalom. How you doing, sis?
Hey, I'm good. I just wanted to say to Brother Casey, all praises to the Most High, that he overcame his struggles when he was younger, being in college and stuff like that. I just wanted to give a quick, attest to what he was saying, that about going to school and then trying to overcome it. I'm 30 now, but I was the youngest in my family to actually get my associates and get my bachelor's. And I went through the college life in my community college when I was getting my associates, and I stood out because I didn't go to the parties and all that stuff like everybody else. So they shunned me when I was younger. So it was kind of hard back then trying to keep the truth and trying to do the right thing. So I say to any young person that is in college and they're trying to struggle with the truth like that, like he said, surround yourself with people that are learning the truth, and surround yourself with people that's doing positive things, so you don't get into any devilment or anything like that. But all praises to the lesson tonight. It was very enlightening.
Praise the Most High. Definitely all praise the Most High. And so basically, you were in the truth while you was in college.
Yeah, I was still a Christian, but I was reading the Bible every day, and I just stayed away from people that was like mostly drinking and all that stuff. And I had met different people at my job at the time because I was working and going to school. And it's like the Most High was leading me through being a Christian. And then I just kept meeting people that was telling me different things about Christianity and the Bible. And that's when I found out there was no letter J's. And he just started opening up my mind. So I wanted to learn more. And all praises to the Most High, I ended up in this truth today, because if I didn't take those steps to actually listen to the older women that were coming into my job back then, I probably would still today be celebrating holidays and all that stuff like the Christians, and still doing all that stuff. But
Right.
the Most High was strategic about who he sent my way.
Right.
And it really changed me, man. It really changed.
Well, definitely,
So
all praises be to the Most High. All praises be. So you're also proof that it can be done. So praise the Most High for you, sis.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Come on, man.
The water. Thank you for calling, sis.
All right. Shalom.
All right. I also had a 718 area code call. If you're watching this, and I know there must be a slight delay between the online and also what you guys, from what I'm doing, from what you guys are seeing. So I know there's a delay with the call in. So 718 area code.
Yes, sir. Brother Hazak, how are you, sir?
What's going on, sir? Who am I speaking with?
You're speaking with Peter.
Brother Peter.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
did I speak to you before a long time ago?
Yeah, you spoke. Yeah, you spoke to me.
I remember. I remember your voice.
On some deep stuff we spoke a while ago.
Yeah. I think you called into one of my broadcasts, right? Did you?
Yeah. Before you were on G.O.C.C media.
Right. I do remember you, man. I do remember you.
There you go.
What's going on, brother?
I had a good man. All blessings to Casey. I love his testimony. Beautiful brother. All the best to him. And I had a question because I'm looking to join and I wanted to do the baptismal class.
Yes, sir. You called the right place.
Sure, yeah, of course. Remember, I came and met you at the one in Brooklyn on Flatland.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, you were preaching that night, and I'm not sure what the class is. Is it the Bronx you have to go to, or is it your place on Flatland?
So what I'm gonna do is I have your number here, the 718 number, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna call you.
No. Let me give you. No, let me give you my other number. This is my house number. So.
Okay, because I'm gonna call you after the broadcast, and I'll give you all of the details.
Okay, so call me on this number then. No problem.
I'll call you.
I'll wait up for you.
I'll call the 718 number, right? I'll call you on this number.
Yeah.
And then
just shot me back. I'll wait your call.
Yeah, and then we'll definitely talk. I'll put you up to speed on what you can do, right? And, who you have to actually speak to as well too. So I appreciate you calling in, man. Okay. It's been a long time coming, my brother.
Yeah, man. I'm trust and believe. I'm in the background listening to you, brother. Any deep conversation, trust and believe. I'll be calling back in.
All praises.
And let us, talk at a different level.
All praises, man. Great to hear from you.
You too, sir. All shalom. All praises to you, brother.
All praises.
All right.
Shalom. Man, such a blessing when people call in and you hear a familiar voice, man. Praise the Most High for that. But yeah, like I was saying, I think I gotta start giving it some time before I just go to the next segment, because I know there's a delay between myself and the online and what y'all seeing. So that way I gotta try to fix that as well too. And I also want to come up with a better system with the call-ins, because I'll be taking one call and then another call will come in and I got to have that person wait. I got to tell the other person to call in. I got to have like a call-in system. We're going to figure it out as we get along, man. But praise the Most High. Bless everybody who's on. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Everybody who's coming in or who's been on, you know, previous subscribers and faithful viewers. I appreciate you guys. I love you all, right? And I really appreciate the support and the encouragement. And, you know, like I said, this is being done for the family, for the body, for the encouragement and the edification of the saints. But like all good things, right, this also must come to an end. So shalom, family. Bless you all. The water once again. Thank you all for hitting that like button. Continue to share this program. Continue to share it with your friends and family, so that way, you know, people could get in tune with this conversation. And you never know. We may not be the one to change the world, but we might be the ones to spark the mind that will. All right? And with that being said, shalom, peace and blessings, family. I love y'all. Until next time, I'll see y'all next week. Shalom. Peace.